In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Google form to collect your student email addresses. In Drive, you're going to click Create and Form. The first thing you'll need to do is title the form. I suggest calling it Student Email Address Collection. Once you've entered the title, click OK. Scroll to the top of the form. At the top of the form, you have the form settings. This is the really important part about this particular form. We want to set this form up so that it will automatically collect our students' usernames. And our student usernames in this case are their email addresses, which is the whole point of this form. We're going to check both of these options under Form Settings. The first one, require Norfolk Public Schools login to view the form, means that they will have to be logged in to their norfolkpublicschools.org email account in order to access the form. The second option means that once they hit Submit, their email address will automatically be collected. This eliminates the need for you to make a question for email address and eliminates the need for students having to type in their email address. We all know that students can make mistakes when they're typing in their email address. So by checking the second option here, we're going to not even have to have them type that in. It's automatically going to collect that information. Now the rest of the questions on the form are up to you, but I suggest having a question for last name, first name, and the class period in case you want to sort the form based on your class periods. So for question title, for the first one, we'll just go ahead and delete that and put in last name. We want to change the question type to text, and we want to make this a required question, which means they have to answer this question before they will be able to submit the form. Click Done and Add Item. The second question will be first name. Again, a text question. Again, make it a required question and click Done. For the third question, to make it easier for you in sorting these students, I would suggest you make a question for the class period. The question type here should be multiple choice, allowing the students to choose one option, and here in the options you're going to list the periods that you have class. This question should also be a required question and click Done. At the bottom, you have an option to change the confirmation that they receive once they have submitted the form. And I would also uncheck this box here. They don't need to submit another response. You only need to collect their email address one time. So let's uncheck that. The next thing we'll want to do is choose where we want our responses to go. Above the form, on the button bar, you have Choose Response Destination. Go ahead and click that. And we want these responses to go into a new spreadsheet. The new spreadsheet will be named Student Email Address Collection Responses. Click Create, and we'll see here that that button will then change to View Responses. Once you have this form set up, you then need to have your students fill out the form. There's a few ways that you can do this. One way is you can embed this form on your School Fusion page. To do that, we're going to click the blue Send Form button, and we're going to look for the embed code for this form. So I'm going to click Embed. This is the embed code. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to go to my School Fusion page, logging in. I'm going to click on Fusion Pages, and I'm going to bring up the page that I want to add this information to. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that page. And for this example, I'm going to add a web page. I'm going to give it a title. Once I've entered the title, I'm going to come down here to the box here, click my cursor. I'm going to go to Source. You can delete what's in there, and I'm going to paste in the code that I copied from my form. I'm going to click the Source button again, and you should see your form here. Now don't panic if you don't. Sometimes it takes a refresh of your browser actually to get that to show up. Go ahead and click Add Article to save the page. And then we can go back to Fusion Page Home right here. Again, don't panic if you don't see anything here. Go back to Fusion Page Home. Here is the web page that I just created. I'll go ahead and click that to open it. And again, I will be able to see the form, and my students will be able to go to my Fusion page and fill out this form. Now remember, they have to be logged into their students.npsne.org account in order to see the form. So the first thing you might want to have them do is sign in to Google before they navigate to your page. If you have a Google site, the steps are a little bit different. Here is a sample Google site. I'm going to go ahead and edit the page. I'm going to go to Insert, and over here on the right side under the Google stuff, I'm going to go to Drive, and I'm going to click on Form because I want to insert a form. And your form should populate in order that you last worked on them. And I'm going to go ahead and insert this form that I'm currently working on. Go ahead and click Select. I would say leave these numbers here just to start to see what it looks like. Go ahead and click Save. And then again, don't panic if you don't see it here. You have to click Save first, and then you should be able to see the student email address collection form appear. Again, you'll want to have your students make sure that they're logged into their Google account before they access your form. Once they have accessed your form and filled out the information, their email addresses will be collected in the response spreadsheet that is attached to the student email address collection form. And so we can click on that to open up that response spreadsheet. We haven't had anyone fill out the form, so we have nothing in here yet. So that's how you can create a Google form to collect your student email addresses.